So, I just watched season 3 of the D'Amelio show and oh my god, I cannot believe that Hulu keeps renewing this thing. I mean, I have to ask myself, what is the budget for the show? They're already giving the Kardashians $150 million per season or their show, and they're coming out with like 2 seasons of that a year. So if Dixie and Charlie are even making a tenth of that, good for them, I guess. If you watch season 1 of the D'Amelio show, then you know, it was about the D'Amelio's introduction to fame and moving to law, which started out a little bit rocky, but eventually worked itself out. However, season 2 took a turn for the worst. The entirety of the second season revolved around 2 things: how much Dixie hates her, now ex-boyfriend Noah Beck, and wants to break up with him, and Charlie's singing career, which they were also trying to hide from Dixie. And let's just say that it was a train wreck. Although most of the arguments and problems they had throughout the season were pretty surface level, and a lot of the conversations were just filler for in-between episodes, I decided that I would tune in for season 3 now. It's no secret that the era of TikTokers is being the most talked about thing in the world is kind of over. I mean, it's been over since late 2021/early 2022, but these influencers are pretty much non-existent on their social media platforms, with Charlie posting maybe once a month, and it's usually a brand deal. And even when the sisters were advertising season 3 on their TikTok page, the comments were mostly filled with them like, "I low-key forgot about you," and "We want Handmaid's Tale season 6, and besides that, there wasn't even that much engagement with the posts. So that led me to think, what could season 3 possibly be about? Well, we start off with Dixie absolutely sobbing and Charlie sitting in a corner, and honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that someone died. I mean, they really mature think that something bad has happened, and we don't even get to find out what it is because it makes us flashback to 3 months earlier, which I get from a marketing point of view, but it honestly feels like you can't do that with reality TV. So all I have to say is, if this is about Dixie or Charlie's music, I'm going to log off. Charlie also lets us know that he's been taking a break from music, despite the entire plot of season 2 being about her pursuing it and how it's her new lifelong passion. And as usual, it wouldn't be the D'Amelio show if they didn't flash hate comments on the screen to let them know exactly why she's quitting, including people saying that she's trying to sound like Olivia Rodrigo. And very quickly, we learn what this season is sort of going to be about, with the overall theme being focused on Dixie and Charlie's relationship and basically how they need each other. But very randomly, Dixie and Charlie get into a fight about, I'm not sure what, like the power goes out during their interview, and then it turns into just siblings being siblings, I guess. But regardless, it seems like Dixie is the one who actually gets upset about things and Charlie's just like, which turns into Dixie breaking down at rehearsal from being so tired. And at this point, as of I'm just thinking, enough is enough. I mean, an overarching theme since season 1 has been Dixie being overworked. And while she reveals that she has PMDD, I think that since January of 2068, both of these girls have been going non-stop, partly due to their own fame and the other part being their manager forcing brand deals on that. Things quickly escalate between Charlie and Dixie, as Charlie is trying to go backstage to see her behalf her performance, and meanwhile Dixie is completely ignoring her. And when we get a sneak peek into what the rest of the season holds, I was confused. Charlie implies that her and Landon broke up in the way that it's edited. May seem like it's because of Dixie. So I mean, that's at least what I gathered from watching it and Charlie's reaction. And while I'm sure this is dramatized for TV, it is somewhat concerning that Charlie seems terrified of her own sister. It is at a point where she doesn't even want to live with her anymore, and based off of the previews alone, we know that this is just the beginning of their downfall.